Hi there, I'm David.
And I'm Con, and we're back for another episode of Camera Peeps. We've been away for a while. We've been busy with work, and we've been playing some of the Panasonic videos I recorded up at the Sydney ACS Clubhouse HQ.
And those videos have been received really well. Everyone's been offering really positive comments about it, and congratulations, Con, for having the foresight to record those.
Yeah, well, it's good to amplify the message. I mean, we only had, a certain amount of people seeing Dom and Rob and Sasha and Taka speak on that night, but being able to record it, we can spread that message to a lot more people around the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, as people might have noticed, we've got a new logo, David. What do you think of the new logo?
I love the new logo, and we do owe our thanks to Wayne
Bryant, who loves our show and wanted to come up with a new logo for us. Thank you, Wayne. And we'd like to give him a bit of a plug. Wayne's a freelance editor, graphic designer. Obviously, he can do animations as well.
He's very good at what he does.
He's very good. So if you're looking for someone like Wayne to edit your video or do some animation titles like this for you, please look him up.
We'd also like to take this opportunity, as this is our last episode of Camera Peeps for 2017, and we would like to take the opportunity to thank everyone who has who's watched, created a following basically for these shows.
A few people comment that they love watching the show and they look forward to each episode.
And learning things, so we're really happy with that. As we sign off for 2017, we are going to continue, of course, for 2018 because there's so much material. But you've already got a booking for 2018.
Yeah, it's my regular gig, which I do in January, and that's working at the Filmmaking Summer School with this gentleman over here, James Grant, ACS, and we both run the 5-day cinematography course. There's other subjects as well. There's a 2-day workshop with Nadia Tass. We have David Swan also working with actors. He runs a 1-day workshop. And this year we've got Chris Corbett doing a writing workshop for a day as well. And I also do the low budget filmmaking class. But I'd like to concentrate on the cinematography class and just maybe talk about some of the things that we do there.
So Con, you've got a great group of lecturers and some amazing, there's an amazing amount of knowledge there with Nadia Tass, etc. With the students, I'm just curious to know sort of age groups and backgrounds?
They vary. Sharon Peers, who's been running the course for over 25 years now, and I've been involved with her in one way or another for the last 20 years. She, over those 25 years, she was getting international students, people from overseas coming to do the course, and people from all over Australia come and do the course. And they vary in age groups from people straight out of school to people looking for a career change, or people just wanting to know more about the filmmaking process. And the thing too that differentiates this filmmaking course is that it's always taught by working filmmakers in the industry who can impart the years of experience and knowledge to the students.
Yeah, and do they have an interest in the history of Australian cinema to a point, 20 or 30 years?
It's hard to say. We used to do an editing, Rob Murphy used to do an editing course, and he used to go through all the films in his lecture, his PowerPoint. He used to show clips of lots of old films, Citizen Kane and blah, blah, blah. Now, it's hard to say how much of the younger generation sort of are aware of the films from, 50, 60, 70 years ago. I lament the fact that I think a lot of the new filmmakers might not know the history of films.
But when I hear that you have Nadia Tass, straight away I think, okay, her and her partner were responsible for one of my favourite Australian films, Malcolm.
Yep. She talks about Malcolm.
And I would almost suggest to the students, watch Malcolm before you go,
Yeah,
before you
actually,
attend.
That's a good idea.
It's a classic Aussie film, and shot here in Melbourne, and you know, at least you look for the locations and everything as well. But that alone, to go and hear from Nadia would be
and it's good to do research on the lecturer who's going to be teaching you. You know, find out more about them and the films that they've made when you come along. And you know, if you want to ask a question, you can possibly even ask them about the film.
Yes.
Oh, you know, I was always wondering, you know, I saw your film the other day and I was wondering how you did this, or what's the background behind you making the film. So it's a great opportunity. So if I use the photos to prompt my talk on the summer school, that's David Parkinson. We have a gaffer, David Parkinson, and his son Chris, who come along on the Wednesday and Thursday, and they're our gaffers for the 2 days. So they talk about lighting and help us light some of the scenes that we also film, because it's a very much hands-on course. There's a bit of theory in the first couple of days, but then we really try and get the students on
well, the lighting one is
cameras.
a really important one because his input this year could be completely different to what he would have spoken about last year because that's as we've talked about in our videos, the LED, you know, revolution. You know, so I think that's a timely.
That's right, subject. And he might have worked on a couple of new projects from the previous year that he can talk about and show photos as well. So it's all professional gear, all the gear that they use, that they bring to set and talk about, and try and educate the students about lighting. Here's an exercise that we do. We get the students to actually make a series of 10 photographs. We give them a theme, like you know, they're hungry, and they haven't got enough money to buy a meal. So they have to shoot 10 shots on their iPhones or whatever, and you know, tell the story. And as you can see with this one over here, you know, it's almost like a storyboard, but with photographs.
I think that's a really good idea, because if you said it had to be in video form, it probably wouldn't happen in that sort of time frame.
Exactly, and it's easy, you know, and we get them to do this exercise after class, and then we get them to lay it out, and it gets projected up on the screen so the students can see their idea. Actually, I think in the past years what we've done is we've got someone unrelated to the group that's done the photos to come down, and actually we mix up the photos and we tell them, what do you think the story is, and arrange the photos in the order that you think.
Do you give strict instructions not to hold the iPhone in portrait orientation?
I try my best, I really do. But
that's a very important part. If you're wanting to embark on a career in feature film, you better learn to
shoot 16 by 9, not 9 by 16.
No.
That's right. So, you know, we try and tell the students, you know, you got to learn to think visually. We've got a couple of the guys from LEMAC that bring in the gear that we use on the Wednesday and Thursday, and they give us a little bit of a history and talk about LEMAC. And as you can see, we use professional equipment. That's my P2 camera, actually. I think we're doing a lighting setup, interview setup, lighting in an interview, for example, as another lighting exercise.
It's fantastic that the students have access to this higher end equipment, because possibly they just have a 5D or a mirrorless camera or something to do their work. So it is fantastic that they actually get to hands-on with cinema. Great equipment.
With equipment that professionals actually use, so they can see that there's more to filmmaking than just using a DSLR. There's Harry Panayotidis, who comes in and talks to us about Steadicams, and he's been coming for a few years now, and he's great. I think the first time he came, he was only meant to come for a couple of hours. He stayed for the whole afternoon because his presentation was so interesting, and the students all try and have a go. Like, here's one of the students, I think at the end of his talk and presentation, he gives students a go on the Steadicam, which everyone loves.
But he is so experienced.
He is a Steadicam master. So he's been doing Steadicam since the early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
The early 80s, I can tell you, because I was still on the road.
Oh, okay.
At Channel 9 in the early 80s, and he was at Channel 10 in the early 80s.
Oh, okay.
So it must be, it's not far after that. Possibly
probably mid-80s.
You better check with him for that.
I'll have to ask him.
He's a very experienced operator.
Yep. And then we have a grip come in on the Thursday, Dean Garrow, and he talks to us about grip equipment on a film set, dollies. He normally has the Fisher dolly out, and we put the cameras that we've been using the last couple of years have been the Panasonic Vericams, a Vericam 35, and my Vericam LT. And I think we have other cameras like Blackmagic, Ursa Mini will have there as well. And other years we've had Alexas and even film cameras. I remember when I had to set up the film cameras, that was part of my job. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Okay. And I used to have to show them how to load a magazine.
Right, okay.
Which I'm glad I don't have to do anymore. Yeah. So that's a Western dolly that can be useful on some shoots. And like I said, the course is very hands-on, so we try and get the students to actually be a clapper loader, be a camera operator. There's the ARRI camera. But
not just learn how to be the clapper loader, but just see what an important role that is.
That's right.
As the post-production process picks up, just to have all the shots and the scenes marked
correctly.
It's a very important
Sure
task.
Is. And they're the ones that usually are doing the camera sheets, what the aperture was, what the focal, the lens was, the focus distance, and all that information gets recorded. As you can see here, we've got the Vericam 35 on the left there. That's Aldi, our camera assistant of the day. He's a professional camera assistant who comes along and helps us out. The ARRI Alexa on the right there. We've got a student there operating the camera handheld. It's amazing how many good actors are amongst the group, and some of them are actors looking to learn more about camera. And they've attended, David Swan and Nadia Tasser's class as well, and decide to do the whole script to screen, which is 9 days.
Yeah, okay.
We also emphasise sound recording, so we've got a sound devices. I think it's a 664 mixer there and a boom mic, because it's no good just shooting pictures. You've got to record good sound too. So, and it's another role or two we can give to the students. Someone becomes a sound recorder, the other one becomes a boom operator. So, and we try and rotate the roles around. So, at the end of each setup, we get another group of students to take on the role. So they actually get to see what it's like to be on a real set. There's nothing any different for being on a real set. Having a camera operator, a camera assistant, a second AC doing clapper, a DP, a gaffer, grip. They all get to see what it's like.
No, it is fantastic, because I think with the younger filmmakers, I think with the marketing of a lot of the products now, they can be under the impression that all you need is a gimbal to make your short film, and it's just there's so much more to it than that.
Filmmaking is not like painting, where you can grab your paintbrush and your canvas and go and paint on your own and create something. Filmmaking is a collaborative art form, so you need to rely on the talents of many people to make the art form that is film.
It is like building a house. It's brick by brick, and it doesn't happen quickly. It's a very slow process, so you have to be patient.
Everyone has a job to do. If they do their job really well, in conjunction with everyone else, a good team is so invaluable. And I guess when you've got a good team that works, you want to keep using the same people for that reason, because a good set is a productive set. Here's some more shots.
So whereabouts is the course?
We run it at the this year and last year we ran it at the International House. I think it's part of Melbourne Uni.
Yes,
it's a good venue, and we're happy there. Yeah, and we're back there again this year. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, we're encouraging everyone to hop on the camera or hop on the boom or the audio mixer and be a focus puller and actually learn what it's like to be on a real set. It's no different to be on a real set, and all the issues that come with it. But you have the support of professionals around you to show you the way. That's Hayley Beveridge, who's also helping us out as a camera assistant that year. And as you can see, we lay down tracks. The gaffers help us lay down tracks, and that's the Fisher dolly. That's
actually a great shot, because that laying and leveling the tracks is quite a skill as well.
It is. Yeah, that's right. And this is a little scene that we're filming outside of the class, and as you can see, we're trying to do that railing was supposed to be the boat, like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make rippled water, waves, and that was the trick we were using there. I think we had a tray with mirrors on the bottom, and someone was just making the water ripple, and the lights are obviously punching into the mirrors in the tray.
Yeah.
So that was a neat little trick that David and Chris showed us. There's James checking out the lighting, and that's one of the shots, and that's a cool shot, like going down the bow of the ship. It's amazing what you can repurpose. I think this is the graded shot that we did. That's Marcus, who comes in and grades the footage that we shoot on the Thursday. Great. He comes in on the Friday, so he shows us that, in the age of digital, and it used to happen in film as well, but you can do so much more now in digital, grading your images and creating, different looks, and so it's great for people to realise that, I can do so much after the fact. That what can I actually do? Power windows and this and that. So it's really good. As you can see, he uses DaVinci, which is a very popular grading program. He uses a portable tangent interface there. And this was last year's recipient of the Blackmagic Ursa Mini camera, which is on offer again. They've generously offered it as a prize.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So, it's really hard to decide who wins that. But
that's with the EF mount.
That's an EF mount camera.
So that's pretty good. So there's a good chance that you can use your Canon lenses.
That's right, if you've already got a DSLR. So, so if people come along, not only can they learn a lot, but they can also win a prize from Blackmagic, which is the Ursa Mini EF camera.
Okay. So do you ask them what they're watching at the time? Like, at the beginning of the course, you ask them what TV shows, what...
No, we don't. But I think maybe we should start asking, how much film history people are aware of.
Yeah, and which continent it was made on, because, I'm a big fan of English period drama, contemporary stuff, Call the Midwife or whatever. And, the lighting, the Brits' lighting style is different to the North American.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's good to sort of point out the differences, and the lenses. I'm sure there's a show on at the moment. I think it's Endeavour or something, and I'm going at because we always going on about bokeh, and I look at it looks different, and I'm thinking, is it possibly a vintage?
Yeah,
lens?
it could be, and I think Cook lenses are very popular. Yeah. In England, and I think they're made in England, aren't they? Yeah, and probably lots of parts of Europe. I think the light's different there as well compared to our light. Yeah. There's a whole range of things. So there's the class photo. So we have a good number attend, and it's always fun. I look forward to it each year.
Yeah. And there's still positions available?
Yeah, available? Lots of positions available. So if people are thinking of booking last minute, I think Sharon will be able to book them in. So if people want to book into the class, it's not too late. Otherwise, next year, make sure you book in early.
Well, you've enlightened me as well, and the talent pool there is amazing. You will definitely get value out of attending that course with those people that are there. That is amazing. Yeah,
industry professionals who've been doing it for over 20, 30 years. So, please come along.
I think I might drop in.
Yeah, please do. You're welcome to drop in. We'd love to have you. Maybe we can get you to talk to some of the students about your career and what you do.
Indeed, no worries.
Yeah, that'd be great. Have a safe, great break, David.
Thank you, Con. You too.
Thank you. And we'll see everyone next year.